What's up, YouTube friends? I'm Brian Hewitt of Hewitt Films, and today we're discussing the Heidi Allen case. Today I saw a video by Spectrum News that was recorded on the 25th anniversary of Heidi Allen's disappearance, April 3rd, 2019. Now, I have some problems with this news video, and we're going to go over that because I'm going to stop in between and say, what? What did I just hear? Let's start the video.
I truly believe that Gary Thibodeau and somebody else went to the D&W and abducted Heidi.
Now, they made that part real short. The news didn't want, too many people to catch on to what D.A. Oaks just said. But what he just said was he thinks Gary Thibodeau and somebody else, kidnapped Heidi Allen. Let's say D.A. Oaks is telling the truth and it's the true story. So if it was Gary Thibodeau, who was that other person? Why haven't you guys been looking into that since 1994? Why haven't you guys been looking into that since this new case came out? So if you really think that it was Gary Thibodeau, then why aren't you out looking for the second guy that was with Gary Thibodeau?
Oswego County District Attorney Gregory Oaks was a college student on Easter Sunday, 1994. Heidi Allen was working at the former D&W convenience store that day, now a Valero gas station.
It's unclear exactly where they took her or how they disposed of her body.
It's unclear of who took her and who disposed of her body. Who are you talking about, Greg? Are you talking about Gary Thibodeau and his imaginary friend? Or are you talking about the three new suspects who, over the years, admitted to doing this kidnapping, bringing her to Rice Road, killing her in a garage, and burying her body in a cabin across the road where two cadaver dogs sat and indicated that there was human remains once there? Or are you talking about Gary Thibodeau, who died in prison, and his imaginary friend that you're still looking for, that you're not looking for?
Heidi Allen's body would never be found, but Gary Thibodeau was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for kidnapping. Oaks did not play a role in the initial investigation, but he would be responsible for fighting to keep Gary Thibodeau from getting a new trial.
He was really dealt a huge injustice. We all felt so bad for him every time we saw him.
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
Lisa Peebles is a public defender. She took on the case in 2014. She believes it's obvious that Gary was innocent.
I started this process, I think I could describe myself as very naive. But in my wildest dreams, I never thought the case would wind up the way it is in light of everything that we were able to uncover.
Have you ever watched The Shawshank Redemption? They all say there's nobody. They all are innocent. Just ask them.
But Peebles believed there were holes in the prosecution's case and worked tirelessly over the years to uncover evidence she believed cleared her client.
The short version is yes, I absolutely thought I was going to win.
Everything from recorded conversations to assertions about other men having taken Heidi.
It's not relevant. It's not relevant to Heidi Allen's kidnapping.
Evidence that led investigators to search a cabin in Mexico. Peebles was confident she would get Gary Thibodeau a new trial.
Okay, I'm very curious about what that footage we just saw was. That was like this old cabin. Was that the cabin on Rice Road that fell down and was searched? Was that where the garage, or what the garage used to look like back in '94? Because it doesn't look like that anymore. Was that file footage that the news company just threw in there, Spectrum? Or what was that footage? Who took that footage? And how did Spectrum get their hands on that footage? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that in any news articles. I haven't never seen that footage before, ever. So where did that come from? I'm very curious about that.
Became kind of unbearable at times with the rest of my team. It was a year, and I felt like that was 12 months wasted.
The courts ruled against Thibodeau. It was a process that would take its toll on his already failing body.
So he kind of accepted his fate, and that maybe he would come back in another life and, and have a good life.
Gary dying in prison, while his brother Richard, the one who called police that Easter morning, was living a free life.
I did this to him He put the blame on me for the whole scenario.
A source of tension between the brothers that eventually faded.
Just over the years, he kind of learned to let that go. I started going to see him more often.
Gary Thibodeau died in prison in August 2018.
We all have family. Family, they're suffering a loss. There's no celebrations.
But Peebles and Gary's brothers still maintain his innocence. A Central New York band even let their music tell listeners exactly what they believed several years earlier.
But what's been bothersome is questioning motives.
Oak says there were no ulterior motives, no cover-up.
And that we know the truth, and we're simply trying to keep him in prison, or we're trying to keep him in prison, knowing he was innocent.
Oak's and Heidi Allen's family are confident the right guy went to prison for the crime.
We love Motad. We love the Oswego County Sheriffs and the DA. We've held firm to that for 25 years. Were there oops along the way? I'm sure there were, because last I checked, they were all human.
Was there an oops along the way because we're all human? Again, Lisa, I'm sorry. Lisa Buskey, I am very sorry that you believe these people and that you trust the DA. And I don't know why you do. I don't get it. I don't understand why there was hardly any information then about Gary. And then all this new evidence came out and you couldn't look at that evidence and say, something's wrong here. I know you went through a lot. And I'm sorry. Very, very, very sorry for your family. And the Thibodeau family. Very, very sorry. But oopsies doesn't happen in a murder case. Oopsies doesn't happen in your sister's case. I'm sorry. Oopsies doesn't happen to an innocent man who was put in jail who died in prison by himself. Oopsies doesn't cut it for me. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know if this case will ever be resolved, but the evidence that was brought forward is the evidence that should be looked at, and not this confusion that the DAs and the what the police said back then. This I don't understand how a court can uphold this man Gary Thibodeau's conviction. Was it because they were afraid Oswego County was going to be renamed Thibodeau County? Is that what it was? Because that's what would have happened if that man got loose. If that man was freed and found not guilty in the next trial, Oswego County would be renamed Thibodeau County. And there'd be a lot of money going out. And I think that's what it really comes down to, folks, is that it comes down to money. And they already prosecuted Gary. They had him in jail for 25 years. The new evidence came up, but nobody was like, we're going to get our ass sued. And we're not going to have jobs anymore. So we're going to have to fight to keep this bullshit up. Only in the land of Oz, folks. Only in the land of Oz would this type of stuff happen. I'm Brian Hewitt of Hewitt Films. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to Hewitt Films. Thank you.